Thank you very much, Rachel. And before you go, I think it's been an extraordinary year for openEHR, and I just want to say how much that's to do with you, Rachel, and what an extraordinary impact you're having. And thank you very, very much for working with us. And there's another person hiding, Jill, somewhere in the audience. I saw a minute ago. But Jill, thank you very much. You've been there longer and stronger, and just been such a wonderful support for openEHR all the way through. So for Jill, I'd like everyone just to give a round of applause. But it's wonderful to see you all here. I'm a GP in Australia, and I work in the Aboriginal Medical Service in the desert, and I miss quite a few meetings and things, and I'm not always able to even connect my phone to the internet. But Elon Musk has connected us pretty well out there now, which is pretty wonderful. In fact, we get better access. When there's only one computer joined to one of Elon Musk's satellites, they work pretty well, I tell you. We got some pretty good download speeds. So I was born in 1955, just in between Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Okay, and so into an age of kind of computing arrogance, I would call it, where it seemed like you could do anything. You could kind of get assembler under control pretty quickly, and there was a few tools coming along to help. I was kind of fairly quickly counselled by meeting David Ingram into being a little bit more sensible, not completely, never had me completely under control, and Thomas Beale, who brought a real kind of framework to my ideas and hopes and dreams for an electronic health record. And Tom and I, we're used to meetings like this. We were just sitting there saying, we've been here thousands of times before, except it was usually just Tom and me with the openEHR people in the room, and everyone else was sort of looking at us in a sort of slightly threatening manner. So it's very nice to be amongst friends. In fact, there were a few of the enemies are here today, so it's quite nice to see you as well. And really, I just want to thank all of you. I mean, I've just been overwhelmed by the collaboration, the feeling of community, people sitting down together, trying to solve problems, competing at that commercial level, but recognising it's through collaboration and cooperation that we're going to change the world and get a proper health record that works for patients over their lifetime, or people over their lifetime. And I've got to say thank you to Tomasz, who's chaired an organisation operating board, and there's no doubt better the group. You've just been leading the way, and what an extraordinary impact you are having. So I'd like to thank you very much as well for really taking this forward. Interoperability, models, terminology, they've been the kind of frame. FHIR combines them, openEHR combines them. I think, we're here today. We've seen Google come and go, we've seen Apple come and go, we've seen Microsoft Health Record come and go. All those days when they were announced, Tom and I and anyone doing openEHR, just sort of our hearts sank and we thought, oh, that's it, we'll give up. There's no point in keeping going. But we did, and we're here today because I think it's a difficult technical solution, but it actually meets the needs of health data and the variability and the evolution of health information as we go forward. So I think models are the main business in interoperability. Terminology assists it, and I think we've seen that change a little bit, and I still think it's absolutely critical that we get our modelling. I want to say thank you to Ian McNichol and Heather Leslie, and Sebastian, who've made that possible, and these people have put their money, time, effort and souls into making openEHR modelling a reality. So thank you very much for that work over the years. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot of modelling. Just extraordinary looking in the door yesterday to see everyone who's getting interested in modelling. What a wonderful community. There's so much to learn still about it and to do. Vebjørn from Norway taking on that leadership, joining Heather, Silji and others who have been working so hard over the years. There's some simplification as we see all the layers of tooling and things There's more to do in that word. Conformance would already be mentioned, and AI, how we interact. Because if you look at all what's going to make AI work, it's going to be something like openEHR that makes it really work for us in the clinical setting. Thank you. I haven't met you yet, patient Dave, but I know I need to have a chat with you, so you need to teach me some stuff. So my final point, I think there's one or maybe two health records there in 50 years' time. I don't think we're going to have millions and millions of different systems running. There's going to be, people are going to recognise that this patient record and person record really matters. So if we stay with this, collaborate, it might sound a bit arrogant, but I honestly think openEHR has got the best chance of being in the lead of that if we all work together. So thank you very much for coming. Really looking forward to this conference.